Yo, my bad, guys. Um, let's see here. I apologize about the delay. I know I am fucking awful at timing anything in life. Um, but yeah, I apologize. I'm here now. Like I said in my original tweet, I was acquiring mass. I was at the gym working out, and then I finished working out. I sent that tweet while at the gym. Then I had my protein shake. Then I was like, I need to eat. I'm in my anabolic window. So I had to obviously, make sure that I'm going to, get the meat that I need. And, in that window, the meat that I need. That sounds bad. But I had to eat protein. Next thing I know, it was 2 hours. But you know what they do say? They do say that optimistic people are generally late and bad with time because you think you have more time than you do. So that's what we're going with. But I apologize for the delay, guys. I'm here now. Hopefully everyone is doing good. Hopefully everyone's having a good night. I had a great weekend here in the city. Starting to feel like summertime. So I can't promise that my timing on videos is going to be any better, but I will do my very best. But as usual, here to bring you kind of a Sunday, Monday stream. I want to talk about the markets. I want to play some dope beats for you guys as well. And that's what we're going to do. Real quick shout out to Prime. So Prime has been the sponsors of these streams for a while. So shout out to the Prime team. If you use the link in the description of this video, you use that code Mayne50, you get up to a $7,000 deposit bonus. It's 7%. So hopefully you guys are using that link, helping me out, helping me keep putting this free content out for y'all. And hopefully everyone is not too confused by Bitcoin's price action. Basically, everything that we discussed in the last stream, which was on May 29th. So if you want to see the progression of things from last stream to now, and basically how price has kind of reacted at the level we expected, and then given us three trade setups all in line, just not just on Bitcoin, but altcoins as well. The Ethereum setup we talked about last stream also played out really well. So if you want to see that kind of progression, me talking about it in advance, here's what I think is going to happen, here's what I'm looking to do, here's how I'm going to action upon it, right through to it actually playing out. You can go watch that last stream or just watch the condensed version and then watch tonight's stream, and you can kind of see the before and after. So I've got some very interesting things that I want to share with you guys in terms of just price action triggers. And I think it's going to be something that's super valuable to you guys, and definitely something I suggest you study. And we'll get into that in a little bit. But first off, we're just going to start off with Bitcoin. We're going to take a look at kind of what's happened. Where are we high time frame? We obviously started a new month since my last stream. It's now the month of June. If you can believe it, we are 6 months into 2022 already. Holy smokes. That is crazy. But yeah, we're going to, what's up, Felix? I'm saying hello. But yeah, we're going to kind of talk about what I think we might see for this month. Do I think the downside is done? I know Arthur released a new article, and he says he thinks the bottom is in at 25 to 27K. Do we love Arthur? Do we hate him? Do we care? And we're going to just kind of talk about what my thoughts are on the market, because I think that's what most of you guys are here for. So let's get into it. So Bitcoin high time frame is looking like this. Now, we've been using this range for a while, right? And kind of the argument that I had brought up in the last stream is saying, okay, well, what's a potential reason that the bottom might form here, right? Okay, well, maybe we have this is the inverse of this or this, and we're just gonna fucking rip back to the upside. But basically, if you go to the last stream and you watch the beginning, or if you go to the condensed stream and you watch the timestamp parts where I talk about the high time frame on Bitcoin, high time frame, there was two key levels that I was working with. for Bitcoin in terms of where do I want to see price get above to get bullish. High time frame. So the first level on the monthly is up here, right? So I basically said, I didn't basically say, this is exactly what I said. I said, as long as we're trading below here, I don't really see a reason to be macro bullish on Bitcoin on the monthly chart. I do think that there are some levels below, like I said, where I'd be interested in getting into long-term positions, right? Putting in spot, right? Buying spot back with stables, right? Down here or above here. And I talked about this on the spaces that I did with Ninja and Chimp Zoo, the ultimate bull god. I talked about kind of, listen, I'm okay missing, if we're going to new all-time high, I'm okay missing this part of the move. I don't care. Right? That's how I trade. Doesn't mean that there's no longs between here and here. Doesn't mean you can't bottom fish. It doesn't mean any of that. But that's just how I trade when I'm looking at reclaims of levels, confirmation, things of that nature. So 35K was that monthly level. I said, I don't really see a reason to be high time frame bullish until we're back above here. Very similar. I kind of had a level that I compared it to was losing this. And I said, why are you getting, I mean, obviously if you bought 3K, great. But to me, this was a way better buy. It was once we closed through there, there's your retest. Once you had that monthly close back above there, now you're buying. Risk is defined easily. And boom, Bob's your uncle or your aunt. And price rallied away. So I'm playing this 35K level similar to how I played the 6K, 5,800 level back here. Back above there, I don't necessarily mean that doesn't necessarily mean a new bull market is on, but for sure, if we're back above 35, I think we can get a $10,000 move to the upside. So I want to be looking to long Bitcoin, potentially long Ethereum, potentially long some altcoins if the alt BTC pairs, alt ETH pairs are lining up for them to potentially outperform. That's that monthly level, okay? And if you want a more in-depth explanation of that, go watch the last stream, the condensed stream at the very least. Okay, so that was the high time frame monthly level that I was working with, right? And then on the weekly, we had this 31,800 level here. And if you zoom in after I draw this here, you're going to see where our trade setup that we took a long and a short, both played out on this weekly level here. And if we zoom in, you can see how key that level was. When we had our last stream, I said we could see a move above these highs. I'm targeting here. If I see weakness above here, I'm looking to short back into the range lows, right? Where did it trade back into? The order block that caused price to go up and caused the break in market structure, right? Came down, we got in a long. I posted this order block on Twitter. I said I'm looking for reasons to get long down here. I posted the H12 SFP that occurred. You can see it right here. I posted the H1 SFP. Where's the target? Back up to this level, and look where price stopped. And if we zoom in here, you'll actually see an H1 SFP that kind of was your signal that we were seeing exhaustion here. So I'll go into the low time frame in a moment here and kind of explain what my trade triggers were, but hopefully some of you guys were prepared because we mapped out this entire scenario in the last video. We mapped out the move from down here to here. We mapped out the short from here back into the range, and I mapped out another long from here back up to here. So hopefully, some of you guys made some money. I know some of you did because you guys DM me, which I love. I got some DMs from people showing me their entries, showing me their P&L, showing me that they made some money, that they're learning, they're actually applying all of this shit that I spend my free time yelling at you guys about every single fucking week for the last 3 years. So that feels good, man. Yeah, so hopefully, you know, this wasn't completely caught by surprise. You know, I saw a lot of people confused by price action when I, in reality, said I wanted a move here. I like this move because now it's given us a bit more of a range to work in. What do I not like? Obviously, no one likes this, right? To me, these full retraces of the potential breakouts are bad. Big surprise, bad, right? So I do think there's one bullish argument, which I will discuss here, but personally, based on this getting rejected at our level, another move up getting rejected at our level, and a lower high relative to here, makes me think that this range is going to resolve with another move to the downside and likely take out this wick. So we're going to wait and see. It's too early to tell. I'm not in a position currently. But when I get in one, I will post and I'll let you guys know what I'm thinking. But hopefully that's straightforward. Monthly level, weekly level, level to level plays, right? So above the monthly, I'm bullish for much higher. Below the weekly, as long as we're either rejecting here or showing weakness here, I'm looking to short here. If we are able, that level got fucked up here, sorry. If we are able to get above here and hold, right? This is not holding. Look what happened as soon as we got to my level, right? The first candle looked really good, closed back below, and then on other exchanges, like if you go here, because I was not trading this on Bitfinex, right? But if you go to some of the leverage exchanges, you actually got a swing failure pattern right at that key level, right? So it didn't do it on Bitfinex, but if you look here, right, that's not good. And then you zoom in, this is not the type of PA you want to see at a level that you're hoping we reclaim. Move up, close below, SFP, close below, break in market structure, retest, nuke it. Does this not look similar to this? This is the exact same setup. Exact same setup. And I posted about this in Discord. SFP, break in market structure, pullback, nuke. Exact same setup. Looks slightly different, but the mechanics of it are the same, right? High, higher high, lower high. High, higher high, lower high. The over-under, right? The breaker setup. It's all the same setup that I use to enter the majority of my trades. And this was a perfect example of what I always talk about. I'm always like, okay, when we get to resistance here, I want to see if there's weakness at the level. That's exactly what I'm looking for. This is exactly what caused me to get short. When we came up to the level, closed the 12-hour below the level, and then SFP'd on the 12-hour. So after this candle, I am looking for shorts, right? Once we close that SFP, I'm looking for shorts. So that candle actually closes here. I'm now looking for shorts. Where's the short? Bearish order block. That broke market structure. Retest. Boom. Okay. You could also play it as a breaker. There's your breaker. Down candle before an up move that took out a high. Retest. Boom. Okay. So this was kind of a 101 Mayne type of setup. It's one that I use almost exclusively. Is this exact type of trade? Exact same thing happened here. H1 SFP. Right? This on the hourly. Right? Look at this on the hourly here. I'm going to delete this. Look at this on the hourly here. And now look at this on the 15-minute. This is the same price action. It's almost identical. And it's going to take you time, repetition, to get comfortable seeing this play out over and over and over again. But when I see it, I've had so much chart time. I've seen this so much that it becomes very like second nature. When I see it happening at a level, I'm like, boom, I know what I'm looking for now. I'm going to zoom in, I'm going to dial into a low time frame, and I'm going to look for a setup. And you got the exact same setup here. Breaker, break in market structure, retest, sell off, weakness at a key high time frame level. So I made money on in these last couple of days. I made money longing into here, shorting here, and longing back here. And hopefully what I've explained makes sense to you guys. And I posted this in Discord. This is something I want you guys to study, because if you want it, the first thing you need to, what was my exact post in Discord? Let's just see here. It was smart. It was earlier in the day. My brain was working better. Okay. So, damn, I posted a lot. I said these two price action patterns are effectively the exact same. This is how I enter 90% of my trades, whether it be short, which is what I've exemplified here. 2 different short opportunities here. Or if you're looking for longs, it's this, but the inverse. And that actually played out down here. I talk about this constantly on stream, right? The pattern itself, being able to say, okay, I know that at resistance, this kind of PA, generally distributive, looks like it might sell off. This kind of PA, right, at resistance, generally distributive, might sell off. What are my triggers then to get in? Noticing that pattern is one part, right? The rest of it is around context. So noticing this is only half the battle, right? You have to notice this, but then where is it occurring, right? Context, where is it occurring? What is the trend, right? Is it at support? Is it happening at resistance? Am I bearish on the high time frame? Am I bullish on the high time frame? All those things matter. If you just go around looking for PA like this, but it's at an irrelevant area, you're not going to get the consistency that you're looking for, right? Just being able to spot the pattern and know how to enter is one part of the puzzle. Where that pattern occurs, what is the higher time frame context, the trend, things like that. Those are the other pieces of the puzzle that you got to put together to start refining the signals so you get less noise, right? And then you know, okay, this is at resistance. I was expecting everything that I wanted to see happened, right? Go watch that last video. I said, I want to see a move up to here. I want to see if there's resistance here and weakness. We got that. We're at high time frame resistance. I'm actively looking for shorts at this level. My pattern that I like to get into shorts plays out. It gives me a setup that I can define my risk. All those things get ticked off. I now have a good trade, right? Risk is defined. Entry trigger is there. It's all there. If I pull my fib from here to here, you bet this is right in the OTE. Right there. So look, it goes into the order block. Look where it wicks into. All the way past the 7-9, closes back below. Literally the next candle completely breaks out of the range to the downside. So all of the things that I was expecting played out. But what did I do right? Okay, I had a plan in advance. So when this move happened and I wasn't, necessarily max long here, I didn't care. I had a plan to take a trade at this level. So I was okay waiting. This is 12 hours, 24 hours, 36 hours, 48 hours, right? 60 hours. So literally days. I was okay waiting for price to get to the level that I want to do business at. You have to dictate. Obviously, the market is going to present you with opportunities, and it seems like the opportunities are endless. So you have to have a system that you create that dictates the signals that you want to get involved in. Where do you want to do business? I wanted to do business at this 31,800 level, so I waited until price got there. Patience, right? I had a plan for what I was looking for when it got there. Now there's no FOMO. I'm waiting. I know exactly what I'm looking for. I know where I'm looking for it. And then when the time comes to actually execute, that's when you pull the fucking trigger. But the hardest part generally is that time in between. Okay, I want to take a trade here. Well, watching everyone bull post for like 4 or 5 days leading up to that can fuck with you mentally. You go, oh, fuck, this thing's going up. I need to get in a long. I can't be sitting here, right? That waiting game is one of the hardest parts of the puzzle to master. So hopefully some of you guys played along. I know some of you did, and I know some of you made money because you let me know, which is awesome. But yeah, so hopefully that BTC trade played out for some of you guys, and hopefully some of you guys made some money, and hopefully what I'm fucking ranting about here makes some kind of fucking sense, and you're learning, right? That's what it's all fucking about at the end of the day. Are you learning anything while I yell at you? can I get all my lines back by just mashing this button? We're getting close. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. So hopefully that hindsight explanation of the short here makes sense, and you guys are on board with what I'm fucking saying, right? Because when you're looking for setups, it's really difficult to wait, right? When I wanted, like, I obviously would want to be max long on any sort of $3,000, $4,000 move to the upside. I wasn't. If you guys actually remember, I initially shorted here, right? On stream, I got stopped out and I said, okay, now I'm looking to long up into here where I'm looking to short, right? So I missed the bottom. Like, I missed the bottom. But I had a clear plan. I said, if this trade gets stopped out, my next target is here. Okay, now I'm long bias, short term, look for longs. And when we get up here, I'm now short bias, looking for shorts. So all of that was in the stream. All of it was posted in Discord, and all of it was posted on Twitter as well. Once I got stopped out here, I said I expect to move here. When we got up here, I said I expect rejection here. Got down here, I said I expect a bounce here. So all of that was posted. So hopefully with what I've just explained, using that in confluence with the stuff I've posted, rewatching that last stream, it'll start to cement in your mind a little bit. And you obviously have to get in there and do it in your charts as well, right? Me explaining it a bazillion times is not going to make you learn it. Like, you have to put the time in. You have to go in the chart yourself, and you have to get those eyes trained to see these things, right? And practice these skills. I always liken trade. Is liken a word? Is a lycanthrope? That's a werewolf. I always liken it to sports, right? You got to take those, 500 free throws in the gym in practice, so when it's game time, you can go down there and knock them down, right? So exact same thing. What else can I say here? So I'll talk about, that explains this move. I'm now going to talk about why I longed here and why I closed here, okay? And then I'm going to talk about where I think price might potentially go next. But let me know in the chat if you guys are following along. I see a lot of people asking about the Discord. You want to join the Discord? Go to my website, www.tradermayne.com, and you can get information on how to join the Discord. It is completely free. All right, everyone's vibing. How much trend, bro? I'm natty. The only thing I'm taking is fucking hard work and HGH directly into my aorta. Other than that, 100% natural. How high are you? I'm sober, dude. I don't smoke weed anymore. Come on. You know this. When I was in Vegas, I think it was Vegas. When I was in Vegas, I was outside of a club at like 4 or 5 in the morning. Like, I'm hammered. Some guy came up to me and was like, "You're Trader Mayne." I was like, "Oh, shit, that's dope," right? Always kind of strange being recognized in public. But he's a super nice guy. And I added him on Twitter, I guess. And I guess I told him where I was staying. And the dude was like, messaged me the next day and was like, "Yo, like, I dropped a care package off at your hotel." And at first I'm like, that's a little weird. But I was like, all right, it seemed like a nice dude. I went and got it, and it was just like a bunch of weed, which I appreciated because it's a very nice gesture. But if you're a real fan, bro, and you're watching this, you know I don't smoke pot anymore. So I had to give him my brother, and he smoked them. But that was interesting. What if we continue to range for the next 6 months? That would be, range where, right? Like, range within this weekly range? Then I'm down. If we can have some big swings, like if we get a swing up to here, right, and then down, and then another swing or something, I don't know, that would be dope, because to me, these are big trends that I can trade. But if we're going to range like this, right, if we're going to do this whole thing like this is torture. Let me tell you, as someone who's been through this more than once, this kind of range fucking sucks. But if we can get some sort of large range that gives us some, intraday, multi-week trends in either direction, I don't mind this because this is a trend. This is a downtrend where you can look for shorts on the low time frame the entire way. Look for longs, right? But if we're just going to dick around like this, that's going to fucking suck ass, right? But if we're able to get, a few weeks of up, and then maybe a few weeks of down, and then more up, and then, a few weeks of down again, at least we have some larger price legs that we can work within, right? When the volatility is dry like this, it fucking sucks. I got the bouncy leg going. I'm sorry if the camera is shaking. I almost fucking smashed the shit out of my computer. I was setting up the green screen, and the thing that holds it dropped, and I just saw it in like slow motion come right at my monitor, but it just hit the top on the little, casing, and dented the shit out of that. But the screen is intact, thank goodness, because I would have just raged and probably not streamed. Good morning, Bjorn. What's up, Justin? I love you too, Terra Infinity. What's going on, Alligator Waiter? What's up, East Coast Van Cooley? How you doing, man? Where did you confirm the weakness at the top? Hopefully, Jonathan, I answered your question there, right? It was what we were looking at here. I'll go back to this because it shows it clear, right? This. The weakness at the top, right? We're at key resistance. We had our 12-hour SFP. We had our hourly SFP. Again, where's the context? We're at high time frame resistance. Then we had our break in market structure, pull back into the order block, yeeted. Glad to hear, Eddie. That's awesome. Bjorn making money. Nice, man. Mayne, what software are you using to record without background? I use OBS, and then I have a green screen. Charlie Neely, send me another DM so it shows up at the top of my inbox, and I'll take a look after stream. It's not a bearish structure. It's a bullish diamond. How'd that work out for you, dude? How'd this bullish diamond work out for you? Did it work out well? Did you long it and make money? Bullish diamond. Shut the fuck up. I don't care about patterns, right? I use the word pattern because I'm looking at price action, but like wedges, I've done a video on this. Wedges, ascending channels, bullish diamonds. What makes this a bullish diamond versus a bearish diamond? What's the difference? Right? You would argue, I guess, that the bearish diamond occurs at resistance, wouldn't it? Bullish diamond would have to occur at support. We were not at support. So I don't know if you're trolling or if you're just dumb, but either way, fuck you and your bullish diamond. But please like and subscribe to the video. Hey, Mayne, do you think it's possible for an average trader to earn a consistent 3-figure yearly income, or is that just the top percent? Are you asking me if it's possible to make $100 a year trading? I would venture to say if you're not making $100 a year trading, it's not worth your time. Okay, no, this guy isn't being funny. He's serious. The move down was just a bearish diamond, though. They're not identical. One is bullish. The first one is just a failed bullish diamond. Oh, of course. Of course. Cameron Andres, thank you for clarifying that. This was a bullish diamond. This one's a bearish diamond. Sorry, I'm trying to follow your logic here because clearly you're very fucking smart. So I don't want to misrepresent what you're saying by incorrectly quoting you here. But this, if I'm not mistaken, this was the move down just now. This is a bearish diamond. Okay? Clearly all we've learned so far is I don't know how to draw a fucking diamond. This is a bearish diamond, okay, that broke down. It failed. Whereas this, which looks the exact same and is also at resistance and also broke down, that's a bullish diamond that just failed. Okay, I should just stop the stream there because this guy just explained how he was wrong, but even though he was wrong, in actuality, I am the one who's wrong because even though I traded it correctly, I analyzed the pattern incorrectly, and this was just a bullish diamond at resistance that broke down. Okay, someone make sure to clip that because I'm going to need to rewatch that. I need that to percolate in my mind. So next time I see a bullish diamond occur at resistance, I long it and hope it doesn't just fail. What a stupid fucking comment that is. Oh my God. Patterns don't matter. Just look at market structure and look at price action. You can assign a pattern to anything on the fucking chart and be like, well, this is a fucking channel here. So that's why this broke up, right? Like you're just going to fit fucking lines to fit your fucking bias, right? Rather, learn how to read market structure and then just forget patterns completely. Oh, man. Hey, Mayne. This guy's the three-figure guy. Okay. Good morning from Italy. What's up, bro? Ciao. Ciao, Bella. I think that means what's up in Italian. Good. The SFP strat's been money. Glad to hear, man. SFP swing failure pattern. I like how I talk shit to people in the chat so much that now you guys also talk shit to people in the chat. It's like I've created a toxic sludge within my comment section, and it's just awesome. I love it. I love it. That's how you know we're in a bear market. Everyone's fucking pissed off, except for me. Because I'm handsome and rich. And I got big arms, and I'm pasty. Okay. For low time frame triggers, do you consult multiple time frames? Yeah, I will. I just showed you here. I went from the 12-hour to the hourly, but on this one, I ended up going down because there was no 12-hour SFP, but there was an hourly SFP. I went down to the 15-minute to get more dialed in. So, absolutely, right? The more you trade, the more you can move fluidly between the time frames, and it's not as big of a deal. I know that this was going to top here. We came into, I posted, remember when we dumped here, I posted like a line like right here, and I said we're going back to here at least for a bearish retest. And when we came up here and put in this SFP, I said, okay, I know that this is probably going to pull back. I closed my longs, I posted on Twitter, I posted in Discord, I collected that sweet clout. And then I just knew if I zoomed in, I was going to get a little more detail and see the market structure break earlier, right? The market structure breaks earlier on the low time frame. If you look at the hourly here, right, market structure doesn't actually break until the nuke already happened. So if you're waiting to get a pullback here, you missed the fucking trade. But if you zoom in to the 15-minute, you actually get a swing low here that gets broken. There's your break in market structure. The low that generated the new high, deviation, your over-under play, stop, entry, order block. If I pull a fib from here to here, guess where? The OTE is right here. Bread and butter, exact same setup as this, just with different time frames used. Danny Dax says, hi, daddy. Hello to you, son. Thanks, thinking. I do take creatine. I take creatine when I remember. I understand you more and more each week. That's great. What's your split? Are you talking about at the gym? Today I did deadlift, but I did a little bit of squat because I got a big squat day coming up Thursday. I'll probably do chest tomorrow. What's up from Argentina? I don't know how to say hello in Portuguese, but hello in Portuguese. What's up, Retro Seabass? I'm doing good, man. What is money? It's a figment of your imagination. It's not real. It's just numbers on a screen, bro. Is there any tools instead of TradingView? Because it says I need to pay for the H12. Then don't use the H12. Use the daily and realize that the H12 is just 2 daily candles. Or use the 4-hour and realize that the H12 is just 3 4-hour candles. It works the exact same. You're a good educator, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. I think we sufficiently fucking... Roman sent me here. We love Roman. I did a stream with Roman. You can find it on my channel. Okay. So, what do I think is going to happen now? Right? What do I think is going to happen now? Because what do we... Well, actually, I'll give you the long trigger basically for me here. Because I posted this order block, right? What is this? We have a bullish 12-hour order block. So the reason I was willing to bid here, okay, we have a bullish 12-hour order block. Let's say you don't have the 12-hour chart, you have the daily. It's the same thing, okay? Bullish 12-hour order block here that broke market structure, right? So when we come back here, you can argue that there is enough reason to potentially look for a long trigger. Right? You have a bullish 12-hour order block. We potentially are shifting the trend, potentially breaking out of the range. This is our first higher high in like 4 weeks. So when we came back down here, the reason I drew an arrow at least back up into here was I said, okay, well, this is support. What do I want to do? We just had a bullish break in market structure. We're back into support. I'm going to look for reasons to potentially get in a long. So I watched and I waited and I was patient. And then we initially had this little uptick, came right back down. And then what'd we do? There's a bullish 12-hour SFP. Zoom in. You had a bullish 1-hour SFP here as well. 1 hour started looking potentially like it was starting to turn up, right? SFP, high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Higher high, higher low. So I said, okay, I'm going to get in a long here. My invalidation was the SFP low. I longed like right in the middle of this. My entry was like 29,750 or something. I posted it. But I longed based on the 12-hour. Very simply, I longed based on 12-hour SFP, 1-hour SFP within a 12-hour bullish order block. That was my entire setup. Stop was defined as this low here. Target back into this consolidation, right? Back into this consolidation. And we also had our 31,800 level, which ended up being the top. But I was just saying, okay, at the very least, I want to see it come back into these lows. And it's either going to consolidate here, right? And then if it flips 31,800, we target the next level, which was 35. But if it rejects here, I'm looking to short it or at least take profit on my longs. And that's exactly what happened, right? We got the move. There's your SFP. I entered here, stop here, target here. Great trade. Once we came up to resistance here, what is this? This is the order block that caused this entire down move. Why is this a relevant order block? Well, it's near a key SR level, 31,800. And what happened at that order block? Low time frame exhaustion. SFP, break in market structure, bearish retest, Bob's your uncle. So that was the long scenario that I played out on Twitter. So we played this move, and this move. So if you didn't make money, I don't know what to fucking tell you. Where do I think we're going now? I don't love the full retrace here, right? I don't like the full retrace here. I think it's a bad look. I do think that this range probably resolves to the downside. So personally, I would be looking, if you're not short from up around 31,800, I would be looking at the high time frame and saying, okay, where's that high time frame range low? Right here. I would probably base my trade around this level, right? So any sort of bounce, we could see a bounce back up into here. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know if the bulls have that in them, but maybe we see a repeat of this, right? Which is effectively this exact move here, right? So this breakdown came back, retested, sold off. Maybe we see another move up here and then a sell-off. I don't know. Maybe we fill in some of this candle. It's still only Monday. It's early in the week, right? Maybe we come back up into these lows. I don't really know. I'm not positioned either way right now, but I think this is a pretty clear level here based on the very high time frame. You have that 12-hour order block, which we use to originate our long at the range low. If we get below here, I think we absolutely trade below this wick and probably get extension even lower. So if you're looking for a setup, I think it's likely sell bounces or wait for this level to get lost and then start shorting. Are there going to be intraday opportunities to get short higher than here? And if you're like, okay, Mayne, well, if you want to short below here, why not just short now? Well, what happens if we do this? And I get my head squeezed and then we go and I've ended up closing my short. So I'm just going to wait and see what happens probably tomorrow before I make any decision. But below 28,540, I'm very confident that we likely take out this wick and probably get extension to the downside. So if we get some sort of move like this, let's say, you get a bounce and then a breakdown and then your underside. So let's say this is how it ends up playing out. Even though you're like, oh, well, I wish I would have shorted here, whatever. Let's say you wait to short here, but your risk is going to be defined by the high that breaks down the level. You're still going to be able to get a decent trade in here, right? You don't have to necessarily, because if you short here, well, where's your idea wrong? Is it way up here? Okay. That risk reward is actually worse than the breakdown trade, right? So you don't need to rush into it. Like I said earlier, patience is key. Wait for price to come to a level that you want to do business at, and then go and look for your setups. Don't force the trade. So overall, I do think that this likely breaks down. I don't like this rejection, this lower high. I don't like any of that. What I could see happening intra-week is this. We are into this 12-hour order block still, and we have just put in, not on the H12 yet. This H12 candle closes in 6 hours? No, in 1 hour? Does that make fucking sense? Yeah. This 12-hour candle closes in 1 hour. Okay? So in 1 hour, this 12-hour candle closes, and what we could have here is a SFP, right, of this low. So you could potentially argue. I don't like that we've already tagged this order block and had a reaction, and now we're just back at it. I don't like that. If this was bullish, I wanted this to consolidate here and then make a new high, right? I didn't want it to fully retrace the move back to the order block. But you could argue range low. Maybe we're just wiping out all of the people who longed the weekly open. Anyone who longed on the weekend and did not take profit is like at break even or underwater. So maybe that's what's happening here. We're just seeing a squeeze. SFP here, if this closes as a bullish SFP, which it could, then there's potentially, right, the H4 already closed as an SFP. Maybe we get some sort of low time frame trigger for a long. But again, if we get long here based on an SFP and I get a little more PA and I say, okay, you know what, I want to long this, I'm going to be looking at a move back up into here to take profit. So if this does retrace tomorrow and we get some bullish PA over the next couple of days, I'm taking profit back into this high, assuming that what happened here, capping this, is the same thing that happens on a bounce here. Ultimately, I think we go lower. Any sort of move up from here, in my opinion, is an opportunity to short higher, not an opportunity to just long into resistance. This is the only bullish scenario I see right now within this range. This is an SFP and we're going to rally. And I don't mean bullish to 50K. I mean bullish to maybe back above 31,000. Okay? I have no interest in being super duper fucking long, expecting way higher until we get above that 31,800 level. And if we do, then I'm targeting that next high time frame level, right? Up around 35 or whatever it was. So again, some sort of balance here interweek. I'm probably looking at that as an opportunity to short for the next leg, ultimately targeting before here. But it doesn't mean that there can't be a scalp long from here to here. Like if this thing's gonna bounce, it needs to bounce from here. I don't think that we can close below here and then bounce. I think if we close below this low here, I think we go here and much lower. So waiting to see. Maybe what happens is we close as an SFP, we get a pitiful bounce, and then boom, now you're shorting the underside of this swing low. Bearish retest, target 1, target 2. Okay? So hopefully this fucking makes sense. I know I've been talking a lot, but I think I'm making sense. I think I am. I told myself this was going to be a short stream. We're already fucking 50 minutes in. Good Lord. What's up, Nick? I'm doing good, man. So we're going to look at Ethereum next. Is everyone on the same page as me for Bitcoin? Does what I said make sense? I know I did a lot of talking. Let me know in the chat. Drop a comment. Let me know if you are understanding what the fuck I'm talking about. Do you understand the words coming out of my mouth? That was a very bad Chris Tucker impression. Mayne, were you ever a nerd in high school? Absolutely. But I was always very funny. So I got along with the non-nerdy people just fine. But I was always a very good student. I was in chess club and all that shit. Do you recommend any courses or books on PA? I've never read a trading book in my life. I think Crypto Cred's course, which is free, is great. Trader SZ stuff is great. I have an entire YouTube channel full of fucking videos where I teach price action shit. One of my favorite questions from people is like, what's a good way to learn? And I'm like, what the fuck do you think I'm making these videos for? I don't need to do this. You mentioned Vegas, and now I'm booking my flight with them gains I made on those shorts today. Let's go. That's awesome. I appreciate the free lessons from these streams, but I mostly just watch to see you roast motherfuckers. I feel like some days my roast game is like A1. Like I'm absolutely cooking people. Other days I feel like, not my best work, but I do it for y'all. And I hope everyone knows that I don't mean any of that shit with malintent or anything like that. I love all of you guys. It's just fun to fucking talk shit, right? If you've ever played competitive sports, fucking ever been in a Call of Duty or Halo lobby, it's fun to talk shit. I don't actually want to offend anyone or hurt anyone's feelings. And if you do feel that way, if I went at you in chat, I don't want you to be scared. Send me a message. I'm more than happy to apologize and tell you I was just kidding in the DMs. I've never been to Bali. Bear market is a bull market upside down. I don't know why people are upset when they can sort. That's extremely accurate. Problem is when you learn to trade in a bull run, it's very easy, right? Because when everything is going up for a long period of time, like a year, you could throw a dart at a board and long almost anything and make money if you just had a little bit of patience. So as much as a bull market is a, bear market inverted, or a bear market is just an inverted bull market, I think psychologically it takes some work to think of shorting something that you've been longing and just making free money on. It's a little more difficult, I think. I do think personally shorting is harder than longing. I don't know why, but I think that. And I also think that, as much as you can, there can still be rallies in a bear market, right, that can suss you out of shorts. But absolutely, once you start realizing that the direction of the chart doesn't really matter, as long as it's trending, you can make money in either direction. That's when your trading steps up a notch, right? Because then you don't care as much. Can you explain how you mark levels like 3,500 to 31,820? I did at the start of the video and I did in my last stream. Go watch those. Please talk a little bit more about how to identify bearish order blocks. Go watch my order block video. Hey, Nick. What's up from New Zealand? I'm doing good, bro. I hope you're well. For an H4 order block, what is the lowest time frame you would look for a break in market structure? I don't like questions like that because there aren't set rules. There's not like some fucking PA guidelines sent down from fucking, from the mountaintop being like, you must not go below. Do what works for you. If you're doing your high time frame analysis on the daily and then your medium term on the hour on the H4, your low time frame that you might want to find your trigger on needs to be lower than the H4. Maybe that's the hourly, maybe that's the 15 minute, maybe it's the 5 minute. That's up to you to figure out what works for you, right? But the time frames fit within each other like one of those Russian dolls, right? So as soon as you realize that, being like, well, should I use the 15 minute or the 30 minute? It's like, well, the 15 minute chart is just the 30 minute chart divided by 2. There's just twice as many candles, right? You start to be able to blend them a little more and it doesn't really matter as much, but there's no hard and fast rules. You have to make a system that works for you. I tell people this all the time. People will be like, oh, aren't you worried about like alpha erosion? Like you share a bunch of shit for free. What if everyone starts doing what you're doing and then it doesn't work anymore? I don't believe in that because first of all, I'm not a perfect trader. I make mistakes all the time. If what I did worked every single fucking time, I would be printing infinite money. It doesn't work like that. And beyond that, I can show you exactly what I do, and I fucking do. I don't know anyone else who shows you exactly what they fucking do for free like I do. It doesn't mean you're going to be able to replicate it because I can show you how to swing a golf club. I can show you how to shoot a basketball. But if you haven't put in the reps that I have, it doesn't mean you're going to be able to just walk up and do it. You know what I mean? GCR says the short squeeze is pretty much done. Well, I hope he's right. I hope we go lower. I want lower, right? Because then I'll look fucking smart. I can collect even more clout. I wish I knew how to pronounce your name, but it looks like a bunch of Chinese characters. Okay. Sounds like... This guy just said, just tuning in now. I will pray for you, Mayne. Cancer can be devastating. I don't have cancer. I'm just very pale. Okay. Mayne, do you feel like you learn as yourself as a trader by doing these videos? I think so, a little bit. I do think that being able to teach something or explain something not just proves your competency in an area, but can actually deepen your understanding of something, because I can not just do it myself, but I can explain it to others in hopefully more layman's terms, right? Okay, let's look at Ethereum. So Ethereum gave a banger setup. So if you go watch the last video, and I'm going to end the video after I cover Ethereum because we're already coming up on an hour. It's already 11 o'clock at night, and I need my beauty sleep. But if you go watch my last video, we went through a bunch of altcoins that were effectively printing bearish retests or opportunities for bearish retests. I can't remember some of the other ones we fucking looked at. I wish I fucking kept a list because I drew a bunch of them out, but maybe we'll go through. Did I do it on any of these? Of course not. Why would I use the list this list that has all these altcoins? That would be too simple. That would be way too simple. But what I had explained in the last stream. So the last stream occurred on May 29th. And what I talked about on the last stream is I said, while Bitcoin was holding its consolidation, a lot of altcoins like Ethereum had already made a leg down. Okay? They had already made a leg down. So while Bitcoin was still holding the floor here on the 29th, Ethereum and a bunch of other alts already made a leg down. So I said, if we see Bitcoin move up to 3132, it was trading at 28K at the time. That move to the upside, a 5 to 10% move to the upside, will likely mean a lot of alts experience a similar move to the upside. But while Bitcoin was here, ranging, right? This is Bitcoin. This was Ethereum and a bunch of alts, right? It was here. So I said, if Bitcoin has a move back towards the range high, I bet you a lot of alts bearish retest the range low that it just lost, offering a good short setup. And then Bitcoin is now back at the range low. And lo and behold, that's exactly what fucking happened. So you can see we had marked out this area on Ethereum. I basically just said, okay, well, what's the floor here? It's effectively around, here. I said, what I want to see on Ethereum is a move up, bearish retest of here, and then a sell-off. And I said the long trigger would be getting above here and holding. Now you're just long, stop here, long here, right? Target like 24 to like 2,500. So Ethereum came up just in line with Bitcoin, retested that underside. It got above, but it instantly sold back off. So there's a couple arguments to be made here. One, okay, did I pick a bad area? Should I have just marked out this order block, right? Maybe this would have been more accurate. But I kind of just free-handed it and said, okay, this is like the floor, basically, right? These lows is the floor. It broke down, so it came above. So you could argue that when it broke through here and retested, this was a long, right? Because that's the scenario I'd drawn out. So let's assume that happened. You longed this. Well, you got stopped out. Simple as that, right? You're wrong. You longed it. It instantly nuked through. Okay, that idea is wrong. But now that this just turned out to be a deviation, what do you think you want to do on the second test? You want to short that with your stop there, right? So if you got stopped out here because you said, oh, well, it broke through Mayne's level or it broke through my level, right? Because it did. It pushed a little higher than I thought. I said I wanted to see 1,900. If you go watch the video, I said 1,900 to 2,000. Well, it went up to, 2020. So it went a little higher than I expected, but pretty damn fucking close to where I was expecting. It actually went right to here, I think. Just shy of there. But regardless, this was the level I had drawn. It went a little higher, right? But when it broke down, absolutely, this second test is one you want to short. The other clue that you could have had to say, okay, well, why am I not longing this retest? Is if you look at the time here, May 31st, or May 30th, well, what was Bitcoin doing on May 30th? Right? So the idea is that, okay, yeah, Ethereum broke above its level, but Bitcoin is at resistance and it's showing weakness. Probably not a good idea to long Ethereum based on that. So I wouldn't blame, I didn't personally long Ethereum. I was just trading Bitcoin. But if you just copied my level and you said, well, it broke through, I'm going to long, you got stopped. That fucking happens, right? But absolutely, if you're trying to just do some hindsight analysis and say, okay, why was it not a good idea to long this retest? Well, when this retest happened, Bitcoin was at resistance and looking bearish, right? So why would you long Ethereum? And then naturally, when this level failed, right? So when it turned out that this was just a deviation here and we instantly sold back off, the next test is one you want to sell. You pull your fib from here to here. Where do you think this level plays out? Right into that sweet spot. If you zoom in, came right up into the area there, right into this previous floor. Rejection, H1 SFP. Boom, Bob's your uncle. Breakdown, retest right there after the breakdown. So that makes this like a breaker quasi or just an SR flip. And again, over under, right? This is effectively like a very similar to an over under play here. Right? Went over the level, back under, you short the bearish retest. But Ethereum played out effectively exactly as I expected. So if you go watch that video, it doesn't look as good visually as it did the way I explained it in the video, but I said anywhere from 1900 to 2000 is where I think you want to look to short Ethereum, assuming Bitcoin moves up to 31,800 and shows weakness. And that's what happened. And a lot of alts did the exact same thing. Like if you look at Sol, I think it also played out very similarly, right? So we had our price floor. Oops. Right, we had a little bit of a rally with Bitcoin, broke down, bearish retest. What's some other alts? What are the alts we looked at last week? I wish I could fucking remember. Someone asked me to look at XMR, and I said I think it looks like it might be topping, and this is what we had drawn out, so that's an update for whoever asked that. What are some other fucking coins I can think of right now? My brain is slowly turning to mush, guys. Right? Most of these gave the exact same setup as Ethereum, right? Rallied with Bitcoin, back under. Litecoin, same shit, right? Rallied up, back under. What are some ones we talked about? Link. Someone go and look at the altcoins we looked at. Link actually didn't really look as bad. Gosh, I wish I could remember, guys. My mind is drawing a blank. Should I just go on my own channel and look? Oh God, it's like Inception. Of course, the condensed version. I didn't really talk about alts.
Who has
Just gotta mute myself here. Altcoin request. Let's see. Here, I'm gonna show the fucking video.
grim out there for altcoins right now, but are down horrendously. Well, I just did AVAX there. Short City for new lows.
See that, right? Move up with Bitcoin, bearish retest. Let's see if that played out. Let's look at AVAX. Didn't even get as high as I said, but I basically said a move up, bearish retest, short it. There you go. Right there. What's another one I looked at? Where is Ethereum? Did I talk about Ethereum? God, last stream was a fucking banger. Eagled. Eagled. Look at that.
Lost tons of money, and so to see people suffering, it's not like ha funny. It's more kind of just like, oh, I remember.
Come on.
It's funny to me because I've been through it before.
Same thing, right? Bearish retest with Bitcoin rallying, sell off, right there. Let's look at a few more. Gala. Let's see if Gala played out. I mean, pretty damn fucking good, right? Drew out the level for you. Bearish retest. Look to short it. So hopefully you guys are watching these streams and paying attention, because a lot of what I covered plays out. I don't take every trade that I go over with you guys, right? I primarily I only trade Bitcoin and Ethereum. I trade some alts, but I mostly am trading Bitcoin and Ethereum. It's the easiest, most liquid pairs that I can get in and out of. I know them very well. Doesn't mean I don't touch alts at all. So when I cover 10 or 15 alts at the end of a stream, I might lay out a bunch of setups that worked, and I don't go over them the next stream. Doesn't mean that the information is useless. A lot of those alt bearish retest scenarios that were all predicated on Ethereum making this move and Bitcoin making this move played out very well. So hopefully that makes sense. And hopefully some of y'all are making fucking money. Come on. Lord ZXO, you've helped me a ton. Keep it up. Thanks, bro. What's up, Potato6148? How you doing, man? were there 6,147 other potatoes, and that's the number you had to choose? That's such a bad joke. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm like the king of fucking dad jokes, like at restaurants and shit. Like servers absolutely hate me. Like I'm the guy who's like, how will you be paying today? And I'm like, hopefully not at all. Or like I'll finish all my food and they'll be like, how was it? And I'm like, terrible. And I know that they're terrible jokes, but they make me laugh and they make the people I'm with cringe and be like, I fucking hate this guy. And that makes it even funnier for me. What would be a sign, Mayne, that 25.5 is the bottom and we don't run it? I would say a move back above like 35 would give me confidence that it's at the very least some sort of midterm bottom. Definitely a move back above 32 is a starter. It's being like, okay, the short-term bottom is in. I think we're going to go higher. So yeah, it's got to reclaim some lost support levels, right? Like a good one is always like oh god, there's just so many fucking bad jokes. I'm not gonna bore you guys with my horrible dad jokes. All right, guys, hour and 10 minutes. Hopefully, there's some value here. A lot of clout collecting because basically everything that we talked about in the last stream came true over the last week and played out almost to perfection. There was 3 or 4 Bitcoin trades given out, multiple altcoin trades that could have been executed on if you were watching them. The way that I would watch these streams, if I was you. So let me put myself in your mind. You live at home in your mom's basement. You're probably eating a Hot Pocket right now. You're, trading dust because you're just absolutely decimated by the bear market. You've masturbated 3 times today to your fucking 2D waifu. I'm putting myself in your mind, okay? First of all, I'd be depressed. Second of all, take a shower. Wash your hands. Go outside, touch some grass. But now that I've put myself in that mindset, the way that I would be watching these streams is if I'm going over a shitload of alts, I would open up. I'm not saying just copy what I do, but make a new trading view template called like Mayne streams, right? And when I go over a bunch of altcoins, like honestly, if I didn't just look at eGold again here, like this is, I told you this is where you want to short this thing. That's the Pico fucking top, right? I would probably never look at this chart again, me, because I don't give a shit about this coin. I don't know what it does. I don't want to trade it. But if you're the one who requested it, it would behoove you, right, to open up that new Mayne's template chart and mark that level and then set an alert there. So then when this happens and you go, okay, well, this is the area Mayne was talking about. My alert just went off. Zoom in and be like, oh, well, this looks kind of bearish here, right? We just hit the level, made a higher high, and then broke down. Well, I want to short the retest, right? Maybe I'll put some sell orders up here. Or maybe you wait for it to break down and then maybe you don't get filled on that wick. But absolutely, if you don't get filled on that wick, this is definitely going down now. It's broken market structure. What about that bearish order block, right? Or what about this one? Or what about this one, right? What about this one? Mayne told us that this is an area to look for weakness. I'm seeing that weakness now. Now I want to look for a trade. So I'm doing part of the work for you. I'm saying, okay, the bias up here is for more downside based on X, Y, and Z. I'm giving you the area to look for. It's up to you to then go and find that entry, right? So, okay. I think that's all I got. I think this was a good stream. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. We had some laughs. We had some cries. I think I made it pretty clear what my expectations are for Bitcoin right now. I'm watching this 12-hour level here. Let's see if we SFP it. I'm personally leaning towards any sort of bounce. I don't know if it gets this high. Maybe it's a weak one. Maybe we just roll over from here. But I'm looking to get short on any sort of bounce, or if we lose that high time frame range low around 28,500, I'm looking to short down below this wick. Right? So if we just break down here, now I'm looking to short here. Right? Target 1 is here. Okay? So hopefully everyone enjoyed the video. I love you guys. I appreciate you. I will be back. I got all day tomorrow. I got the championship game, guys. We got the championship game of the Jewish Community Center Men's League 30 and over basketball tournament. The finals tomorrow. And there is a trophy. And you bet I'm posting a selfie like this, like Kobe, like Mike, like LeBron, if and when we win, because we will it into existence. So I got that game tomorrow, but I'm going to try and record some YouTube content tomorrow to get out. So I'll let you guys know what I got planned, what I got coming out, and then we'll hopefully get another stream going. I'm going to be out of town this weekend, but I'm just visiting family, so I will bring my laptop and I'll do a stream. It probably won't be with a webcam. It'll just be my screen because I'll be on a laptop. I'll be mobile. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Please like the video, comment, subscribe to the channel. Please use that Prime link, sign up, deposit some money. It really helps me out. If you're going to be following these streams and taking some trades, do it on Prime. It helps me out immensely. And that's all I got, guys. Love you so much. I will talk to you all very soon. Peace.